What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Chubbs Reviews, where I bring you a review every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today, we're finally reviewing a game. It's been a while since I got to reviewing a full game, a new game. I did a revisited review a while ago. But anyway, today we're talking about 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. And I'm pretty sure no one's ever heard of this game. Really, I didn't hear about it until the Game Awards, and it got nominated for Best Narrative. And I was like, I like narratives. I was in a narrative storytelling mood. Looked it up, got into it, and I can recommend this to you if it sounds like your type of game. Stay tuned and listen to what type of game it is. But I think it masters or is very good at what it does. What it is, I'm not going to spoil the story because that's basically what the game is all about, is this unique storytelling element. I would say majority of your game, like 60 to 70%, is going to just be walking around talking in a side-scrolling kind of anime-ish, but mainly, it is anime-ish, stylish, but it's mainly just because it's like hand-drawn art design. That's what you're looking at the whole time. And I thought it was just lovely, very beautiful. Before I forget, I gotta mention how detailed these backgrounds are. That's the number one thing about this game, besides its narrative, probably, is the art design of just the story elements. I think it's called Remembrance. There's three type of element. There's three things at your main menu. There's Remembrance, which is your story mode. And like I said, I remember being on the mountain with one of these characters, because you get to play as 13 characters. Yeah, I'll get to that. And like in the background, you would see shadows moving in the windows of people in buildings. It was just really cool to me, considering it's all hand drawn. The fact that you would, or at least art, it just felt really cool. I don't know if it's hand drawn. It just looked really cool. It looked very artsy. It was beautiful, along with the music that fits every single tone and setting. There's different settings. There's different tones throughout every single location. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna set up the story for you guys, but I won't spoil anything past that. If you like sci-fi, this is your type of game. If you like sci-fi storytelling in unique ways, and if you like a unique game, this is it. Like I said, you play as 13 characters. You kind of start off with the same one or two that you have to start off with, I think. Um, and then honestly, it opens up into where you can choose which character you want to progress their story with. Wise, I slowly, like, and you can see percentages on each people's story. So I would get everyone to 50% first. Some people are locked off depending on, like, you got to complete this person's part of the story to unlock this part. Um, or there's also a battle system that you have to do sometimes to unlock farther progression in the story. But overall, when you really unlock all 13 characters, you can choose which order to do the story in. And no matter which order you do it in, it's the story is not going to be told chronologically to you. It's kind of in a weird mystery way, and it's a lot of story. It's a lot of like bizarre sci-fi shit. Basically, every sci-fi thing ever you can think of is in this game, and it's even explained by the end. Don't worry, but it's gonna be overwhelming at first, and it's either gonna overwhelm you or pull you in with all that mystery. It'll do that like in the first 10 minutes of the game, and it might do both. It did that with me. It overwhelmed me. I was like, okay, I don't think they're gonna be able to explain all this to where it makes actual feasible sense, and I didn't, and they did. And then I also enjoyed, like I said, it was just very intriguing. That's what keeps you going, is the constant mystery and it's the world that you're in. Like I said, there's every sci-fi thing ever. Like, basically, the opening level, I'm just gonna spoil the beginning, like, sci-fi thing that happens is you're 13 kids that are trained to be in these sentinels to fight off alien invaders, and that's like kind of how the game starts. It starts in the battle, and then it like goes back and shows you kind of how these kids got there, what they're fighting, why they're fighting, and it's not just about kids in fighting. It's not about teenagers fighting robots. Trust me, that's just the start. That is just the main like 10 minutes of the game. That's not what it's overall about, but it is. That's the setup, and I would say out of these 13 characters, they're all very memorable, very good. Like maybe one is a little bit more of a comic relief, and one is just an information dump. But I think that information dump is needed, to be honest. He's just there to, at the end of the game, to tell you everything that you need, that you learn, and to reconfirm everything you kind of figured out. And like I said, you get a super satisfying ending. I mean, my rating was kind of fluctuating throughout the game. I really enjoyed it throughout, but just the overall satisfying ending that gives you just a conclusion, a very good conclusion, makes you feel like all your time was worth it. It was just great. So if you like sci-fi storytelling, that alone will get you into it. But the scary part about the game, this part that looks foreign or looks weird and made me hesitate on getting the game at first, was the combat system. It just looks weird. It's based on like a grid, and it's overall a tower defense game. That's basically what it is. If you just come out and say it's a tower defense game, it's simple. And I was kind of in the mood for a tower defense game because my friend Eric started playing balloon tower defense for some stupid reason. But it's like a very kind of deeper tower defense game. Like I said, there's a giant grid. You're supposed to be giant sentinels, mechs fighting alien robots, but it doesn't look that good. It's kind of like it just doesn't look that good. It's not visually appealing. I don't know how to explain it. Like I said, you're on a grid and you just kind of shoot rockets and they kind of destroy an area and you see that area get destroyed, but from like a top-down view, it's not very visually appealing, but it's very satisfying. And I would say it was actually really fun by the end of the game, especially because you can level up each of your sentinels. Like I said, there's 13 sentinels, and like there's 4 different versions of these sentinels. Like there's an up close combat one, there's long range ones, there's support ones, and there's like some like I don't know one other one, an artillery one. And you can upgrade each of their individual abilities. You can upgrade your defense thing. You can just a lot of upgrades to your sentinels. And by the end of the game, I was so intrigued with the combat that I wanted to get an S rank on everything. Oh, plus the combat's pretty easy. I would say the tower defense is extremely easy. There's about 30 to 32 levels in the game, and like the last 3 are kind of hard, and that's it. And I would say they're hard because they're the last 3. It's intense, it's challenging, it's fun. And I even went back and got S rank on everything and platinumed this game. It has like a 30% platinum trophy rates that people have gotten the trophy. So I kind of strived to get it just because it looked extremely easy to get. And it wasn't extremely easy. I did have to grind at the end, but it still was fun. I got basically the 3 setups in the main menu is Remembrance, which is, like I said, your storytelling. Destruction, which is your combat, in which you got to clear out these zones. And Analysis, which we really don't need to talk about because it's just basically things you pick up, things you gather while you're playing the game to tell you about the story so far, little details on every single object and person in the game. And you go to that and you unlock that. You unlock things there by doing really good in the combat system. Also, like I said, when you're doing the story mode, you like walk around and you talk to people. You get clues. You find objects to pick up. You like put them in your inventory, which is like your memories in a sense. And you'll either pull them out, pull items out, or pull out something that you've. I know I'm saying pull out a lot, but just something that you've learned previously to bring up in the conversation and progress forward. Sometimes you'll be doing some backtracking and redoing because you do the wrong thing or you do the same thing twice, and it's not extremely clear, but it's definitely simpler. Like it's a very this game is very simple to play. Like it is unique experience. It's simple to play. You'll get a hell of a story out of it. You'll want to tell people about it and realize that no one else is playing this game, so it's crazy that you can't talk to anyone about this sci-fi masterpiece. Um, but if you're a fan of sci-fi, I just can't help but to recommend this game to you, especially if you like unique games. Obviously, if you want some combat, like some button mashing, ripping heads off, Doom Eternal combat, you're not getting that here. You're getting anime-ish talk with revealing sci-fi things and mysteries, and real relationships develop, and you'll actually remember these characters, 13 of them, and even more than that, because there's like those 13 characters have friends and teachers and shit that they know. And then there's just different versions of characters. It is just wild how many people are in the game and the story that they actually convey to you that is extremely confusing in the beginning and will all make sense by the end. That is just one of the funnest things to me about storytelling games. And I think they almost perfected it here. If I wanted to get a side-scrolling storytelling pick-and-click adventure game, this is probably the best you could possibly get, mixed in with a really fun, unique tower defense game. Like, what other game has a fun tower defense? Orcs Must Die, maybe. That's it. I don't know if y'all even heard of that. But anyway, my final verdict for this game is going to be a 9 out of 10. This is a 9 out of 10 game for me. It's not perfect because it does have, like, some pacing issues because, you choose your own, like, journey. Basically, everyone will get to the same conclusion, but you choose your own journey. And the combat just isn't, I mean, it's satisfying, but it's really easy and also just not, they could have did it, with how artistically created the story, the Remembrance section is, the fact that they didn't go all out on the Sentinel versus, like, alien thing battles, like, they could have just made that look so epic, and they could have had more team things. It could have been better, basically. And the game is about 30 hours long on average. It took me 40 hours to do everything and platinum the game, so, yeah, that is what it is, 9 out of 10 game. I probably could have talked about a few more flaws, but it is a pretty good game overall. If you like what it is, it's a storytelling game, pick and click adventure with tower defense also, and sci-fi shit just everywhere. Sci-fi, science fiction up the ass, and unique anime characters. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe down below, and please check this game out. See you in the next video. Peace out.